Good morning, my friends. I'm the seasoned advisor with your 2-minute daily forecast for Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. Ever wonder what's buzzing in backyards? Stick around for a quirky trend that's got folks sweet on nature. Let's dive into the numbers first, because the economy's hitting the brakes. And it's shaking up jobs, inflation, and the Middle East mess. The global economy's slowing, and it's not just a hiccup. The World Bank slashed its 2025 growth forecast to 2.3%. The weakest outside a recession since 2008. For the U.S., growth's projected at 1.8%, down 0.9 points from January, with tariffs slicing off 0.4 points alone. This slowdown's hitting jobs hard. The Conference Board sees tariffs weakening labor markets, with unemployment possibly creeping past 4.5% if consumer spending falters. Right now, unemployment's holding around 4.2%, but job creation's sluggish, especially in tech and retail, where firms are spooked by rising costs. Optimists say the labor market's still robust, citing 4% OECD employment growth since pre-pandemic days. Pessimists counter that tariff uncertainty's freezing hiring, and I lean toward caution here. Businesses don't invest when they can't predict costs. Let's talk inflation and recession odds for a bit. Inflation's sticky at 2.9% globally, above pre-COVID levels, thanks to tariffs and tight labor markets. In the U.S., CPI is at 2.8%, with expectations climbing to 4.3% per Michigan survey. Tariffs act like a tax hike, J.P. Morgan estimates a 13.4% effective rate, costing households 1.4% of GDP. Recession odds are climbing. Reuters pegs a 45% chance by mid-2026, up from 25% last month. I'd put it at 40%. Given consumer spending still holding at 2.9% growth but could crack if prices spike. Check your budget now. Rising costs for gas and groceries could pinch soon. Now, the Middle East. Israel's strike on Iran last week has oil prices jumping 5%, hitting $75 per barrel, though not enough for our commodity threshold. This conflict's stoking inflation fears. Gas, food, and shipping costs could rise if it widens. The U.S. hasn't officially declared involvement, but military aid to Israel and missile defense support are ongoing. I give a 30% chance of an official U.S. statement of involvement by year-end, likely tied to escalation with Iran-backed groups. If it happens, expect oil price spikes and a hit to global trade, already projected to slow to 1.8% growth. For the global order, U.S. involvement risks polarizing allies, with China and Russia gaining sway if trade routes like the Strait of Hormuz get disrupted. Stay alert. Geopolitical shocks hit wallets fast. Let's talk commodities quick. Gold's up $3,395 per ounce. Silver's up 29 cents to $36.66 per ounce. Gold and silver's surges signal a flight to safety amid Middle East tensions and tariff fears. Consider these if hard assets fit your strategy. Now, that quirky trend. Backyard beekeeping's buzzing, with 20% more U.S. hobbyists this year per social media buzz. It's not just honey. Folks are saving pollinators and cutting grocery bills. Might be worth a look if you've got a yard. Well, that's all for today, my friends. Stay wise and stay ahead. How are tariffs hitting your budget? Tell me in the comments. I read each one. If this forecast helped, give a thumbs up and subscribe to join our community. Until tomorrow, stay wise and stay ahead.